What's up, my cosmic gang? I'm on a roll today. It is I, your cosmic prince, singer, songwriter, Tom Floyd. Shout out to all my cosmic friends. We are cosmically connected. Welcome to the Cosmic Prince LLC and my cosmic connection. This is a safe space where we connect you to the universe within by opening our hearts and minds one lyric, melody, sign, energy, and chemical at a time. Shout out to all my subscribers. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Cosmic Connection, the Cosmic Prince LLC. We are just literally here to, use our quantum mechanics, use our brain powers. I just wanted to do a real quick reading and an energy update on Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. I know that they just had their beautiful baby boy in May. And that right now, A$AP Rocky is going on tour and he's doing his festival thing. And they are at home with the new baby. So please show me Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's energy. Okay, already, automatically, I'm going to say this. We know that Reed just got called a billionaire. We know that A$AP Rocky is worth at least $10 million. This is how they automatically come up in the reading as two earth signs, as two pinnacle holders. You have the Knight of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. This to me is A$AP and Rihanna's energy right now. She's always got her eyes on her man. And she has a certain love for her man that she's able to attract and make wealth for their family. Some people don't see A$AP Rocky as a king. They see him more as a page or a prince. But Rihanna's been resting. Rihanna is in her Four of Swords energy. She just had a baby. She's resting. She's manifesting her next lucrative move, and she's receiving pentacles from the work that she's put in. But right now, Rihanna is in a rest. She's in a mental rest. And after you have a baby, it's very important to rest, not to succumb to any pressure, because again, life is eating fruit off the trees and going to swim in that lake, river, pond, ocean. So she doesn't have to rush back to do anything. But she is in a mental rest. She is recuperating, rejuvenating. She is, again, focused on her manifestations. She is in her Ten of Pentacles energy, but she's also in her Five of Wands energy. This is, again, the fighting other people's actions cards. This is, again, she's a celebrity, so she be out. She has to deal with the scrutiny of what people say. She has to defend her actions. She has to show up and be places, maybe when she doesn't want to, or she's tired, because she is using her actions to prove that, hey, I'm in it to win it. And when it comes to their relationship, they have the Ten of Pentacles. They just had a baby. They have a family together. And their family is built off of the idea of love, partnership, and compassion. And again, this is also Rihanna's son. Rihanna loves her son already because she's already looking at him like, you bring me fulfillment. And her son is an earth sign. He was born in May. And so that's him right there. And that's her. And again, in A$AP Rocky, they have the Ten of Pentacles, the rainbow, the love card, the fruition card, the family card. Also, A$AP Rocky's energy is he's focused on providing. He feels like he's out there working because the universe is giving him a chance to add to his wealth so that he can help take care of his baby. And again, this is my new baby card. This is like my lover's card. This is my Wheel of Fortune. This is my Justice, my Temperance, my Major Arcana. They just had a baby, and A$AP Rocky is really focused on providing for his family. This is my Hangman Pisces card. Just bringing in the money. bringing in the status, acting as a king, trying to do king work, and elevate yourself from that page. A$AP Rocky is very focused on his actions, how he's going to come across, the type of father he's going to be, feeling like, yeah, I have accomplished a lot, so much, but I want to do more. I'm looking at the world with my hand on my wand, my hand on my dick, and I'm not happy. I want to do more. I feel like there's more that I should be doing as a father, as a man. Now, there is a Ten of Swords, a betrayal, a backstabbing, something in A$AP Rocky and Rihanna's life. Maybe it has to do with the case or something behind the scenes, but there was a backstab and a betrayal. And I'm not saying it's between them, but it could be directed towards them. We still don't know what happened with that case, or how it mysteriously got brought up, or how it mysteriously got sent away. But I'm feeling like Rihanna is looking down at this, and she's like, whoa, someone tried to betray me. Someone tried to literally stab me in the back and ruin my 10 of Cups, my happiness, and someone tried to ruin her 10 of Pentacles, because that affected their brands. A$AP Rocky has an alcohol line, which I tasted. Rihanna has the Fenty Beauty, as well as, Westbury Road, her music, her catalog, just her influence on the world. She felt like someone tried to stab her in the back and tried to sabotage what her and Rocky were building, which is her happiness. And now Rihanna is looking at her happiness and looking at her garden, and she's like, y'all want an R9? Y'all gonna have to pay me. She's looking at it like, yeah, I know I got one more album. I know I owe you one more album and the greatest hits. And looking at her pentacles, she's really looking at her garden with satisfaction, saying, I've accomplished so much. She's really not interested in fighting with anybody. She's not really interested in defending her actions, her man's actions, or her choices. And people need to really get with that, because the 9 of Wands is in reverse. She's not really trying to fight. R9 will come out when she wanted to, but first y'all gonna have to pay her that what it's worth. Each album should be worth a pinnacle at this point, and R9 should cover all that, because why would she leave her garden? Why would she leave her home and her new baby? She just had a baby and she wants more children. She literally, her and A$AP Rocky are lining up all of their emotional cups. Some things hurt Rihanna in the past. That could be Chris Brown. That could be Drake. That could just be her experiences from the past. But it doesn't matter, because she's known A$AP Rocky. They literally have a foundation together. Whether people like it or not, whether he's a perfect spouse, whether she's a perfect spouse. We don't know if she's perfect at home. Nobody does. We only know from within ourselves what we will allow ourselves to put up with, and we project that onto other people. But the cards are giving us insight and details that there is a foundation of emotions here. There are people who love each other, who have the same emotional understanding. They are connected in their intelligence, their ignorance, and their subconscious or unconscious. And that's what draws them together. They have known each other from their youth, and they have grown into adulthood, and they're in their present energy, and they have a future. This is also children. She could want more children. She could definitely want more children. She could definitely want to have them back to back. But she's also looking at her cups and saying, what's important? She's already got the 10 of Pentacles. She's a billionaire. She's already got the 9 of Pentacles. She's looking at her garden saying, if y'all want R9, y'all going to have to pay her that Ace of Pentacles of what it's worth, so she can get to that 10 and be done. Because right here, it's her 10 of Pentacles. You go from the 6 to the 10, the 10 of Hearts. You go from the 6 to the 10. This is, again, outside in her garden, watching her kids grow up, watching her son play, watching her husband do his thing, and feeling fulfilled. The rainbow, the family card. This is marriage, love, happy life. Rihanna been very happy, and again, she's also very much content with R8 and Anti being her last album. And again, look for some communication to come in. I don't know if we've seen pictures of Rihanna's son yet, but like be looking out for the pictures with her son. Be looking for communication around what she's working on next. Because also the Eight of Pentacles is you working hard on something and the universe giving you an extra pentacle or giving you an extra stream of income. So we just really might be getting R9 because she has to finish it. And that pentacle will come in and complete turning it to this. So she could literally go from that ace, which is a 1, to the 8, which is her working hard on something, and then the universe surprising you with that 9 where she could look in her garden and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm happy. That's what I get because, again, the 4 of Pentacles is her holding on to her money, sitting pretty, with money on her feet, money in her hands, and money at her crown. The foundation of money. Maybe she's going to start spending her money different because she knows things are about to change. Maybe the label was holding on to the money too tight and they didn't want to properly give her what she felt that she's worth. But I see a foundation of money. I see a foundation of like, it's okay to hold on to your money. It's okay to be like, nope, I got that, and I got that. And wanting to pass that on to something. I definitely see Rihanna having more children. I definitely see her being in her mind about if she wants to do music or not. How does she want to transition and return? Because she's over something. Rihanna could also, too, be going through, you just have a baby. It's a little postpartum depression. It's a little different. Your chemicals and your hormones in your body are trying to get back to what they used to be. And maybe they weren't correct in the beginning, and so when you have a baby it makes you more natural. And so when you weren't living a natural lifestyle and you have to be sober for an extended period of time, you got to eat different, it really does take a toll on your mental health. So right now Rihanna is over something and she's really ready to put her ASAP Rocky and her son in that boat and move on because she's been in her head about a lot of things, about her music, about her album. She's had to leave some things behind emotionally. I said, and this card can come out either way. I don't know. And we might not get it. We might. It comes out this way. So she's still saying like, look, I have 8 albums. Y'all like them albums. Y'all deal with these albums. But she's ready to move on. She has other things on her mind. Her actions ain't really into it. She starts it and then she stops. Like, you know what I'm saying? She goes back and forth with the idea of spending her own money or taking money from the label, but she's not like completely 100% into the idea. And she's looking at what she's worked on like, can I just put it out? Or like, do I have to do work? And, she's just emotionally not there. And she's so in her mind about it. And as a Pisces, it's very tough to be that much in your mind because they have to be in their mind and their heart. But she just is not feeling it. She really rather be at home. She really rather be in love. She really rather feel in love with the music and with the process when it comes to making music and having to tour and do all that stuff. Because she don't really make no money off that shit. She feels in poverty by music because of the life she lived, and she has to be in love with it. She has to feel a revitalization of love, and she just don't. Her actions, she kind of over it. So that's Rihanna and ASAP energy. Like, will Rihanna put out R9? Will it be a success? I said, y'all, like I said, R9 and the greatest hits, that'll get you 10, but it's too much heartbreak. It's too much in the past. It's too much hurt. And she's just like, y'all would have to really give me money for it. Y'all would really have to give her money for it. And she's just not trying to communicate about it. She just really doesn't care anymore. She just really don't care. And she's trying to muster up the action, but the Queen of Wands, she sits there and allows the actions to come into her. She manifests from a fiery standpoint. That could be Nicki Minaj. That could be Kanye West as well. But I feel like Rihanna is like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait it out. And if I decide to put out an album, y'all get it. And if I don't decide to put it out, y'all will have 9 albums worth of Rihanna music. That is really, in her opinion, timeless and classic. She feels like her music has changed the world, and she never thought that she would be this girl who would be as famous as her idols. There's Jay-Z, King of Hearts. She had love for Jay-Z. She had love. That's like her boss. They made money together. But the question is, will Rihanna put out another album? Will she put out R9? How does she feel about it? Will it be successful, universe? Will we get another Rihanna album? And it's like, it has to do with money. There is somebody that has to give her the money that she's owed to make that album. 10 of Swords. Bitch is done. Backstab or betrayal. 9 of Pentacles. This is R9, but you got to pay her for R9. And she's looking at her garden like, yeah, I could do it. I pretty much made the album, but y'all holding back something to get to the 10 of Pentacles. 8 of Swords. She's in her mind about it. Reading contracts. Contracts not being correct, not being authentic. Rihanna does not want to trap herself in another contract. She does. Swords are thoughts. They're communications. The 8 of Swords is either, again, you're able to move on in your past, present, future, or you're trapped by all these different communications, all these backdoor side conversations. It's giving me contract. After R8, after Anti, she thought she was done. She thought she was going to be able to put out R9 on her own dime and invest in herself and move forward with her music. But she signed a distribution deal with Def Jam and Roc Nation, and now she ended up having to sell her catalog to Sony. Like, something happened that was not right, and it had to do with money. And it's really keeping her up at night in her head. She's feeling like she lost out on something. Either y'all took the money away or you owe her this money. You owe her this pentacle for R9. But she's in her head about it, and she feels backstabbed and betrayed. She feels like, wait, I only owe y'all 8 albums, but you're gonna want to get this 10. And the way she wants to do this 10 is keeping her up because she knows R9 is being held up. R9, she keeps waking up in the middle of the night saying, wait, I can't sleep. Like, Rihanna has really been in a mental, state, whatever who this is. She been in a mental state with feeling betrayed by this process. And she feels like after R8, I only owe you 8 albums. But they're like, nah, you kind of owe us 10. So it's like one more original album, which would be a double disc, and a greatest hits, which is still 3 projects for the price of 1, because I owe you 2. She does not like the contract. Something's not right, but at the same time, whoever invested in this Fenty Beauty and this other stuff, they're calling in for another favor. They're like, okay, we'll reinvest in you. We'll give you more money. We'll give you an extra pinnacle if you just do this 9th album. And she's saying, if I do this 9th album, you guys already told me if I did Anti, I'd be free. And now I regret that decision because I do owe you one more album. But I know if I put it out, you're going to be like, oh, we want one more. It's not going to end. Even though it's over, she's done. She needs to rest. The album is done and it makes her think about it at night, but she's trapped in her mind. And she's not trusting of the contracts and of the industry because they were not truthful with her. And right now, she like, you get 1 original album and it'll be a double album. So that's 2 plus the greatest hits. And I'll be done. I will be done. I will be done. And that's what she really wants to be done because her foundation, Rihanna's foundation, is the 10 of hearts, the 10 of cups. She's only focused on having more children, building a house, having a family. She does want to get married in the sense that her and ASAP might already be married, but she wants to celebrate that marriage and celebrate her life. Rihanna don't really look like she want to really work like that anymore. She's not really like, and work for her is different now. It's not the hustle and bustle of having to fight the accountants for the money. Like, she's looking back. She got one album is going to turn into 2 albums. And that's why she's like double album. But they're going to want her greatest hits. And so she's really looking like, wow. She's looking at the world. She's looking at her foundation and saying, this is what I've done. This is what I would like to do. And she has different ideas now about what she would like to do. She would like to have 2 boys. She would like to travel the world in a different way where people know it's Rihanna, but she's not out there being like, oh, check out my new song. She likes the makeup. She likes the freedom that it gives her. But at the same time, she's done fighting with people. She has her ideas. She knows what she can do to continue to generate money and income. She has a strategy. She has literally fought the battles with her mind, with her thoughts, with her swords, and she's come out on top. But she still has some swords, these 2 swords, along with these 2 actions that she knows she got to do and she got to take. And she really going to keep trying to stall it out for as long as she can. And I keep saying, if y'all want this R9 album, you're going to have to pay her for it. Because again, I see Temperance, which could be Sagittarius. I see the Hangman, which could be Pisces. Again, it would explain the mental sword energy, because Pisces is the Hangman, being able to look at shit from the top to the bottom, from the crown and the root, but also seeing it from a different angle. This is also my Chariot card, the Moon card, the Star card, moving forward. She got to move on, though. She got to stop looking back and she got to go forward. But money is what she focused on. If y'all want that album, y'all don't have to pay her for it, because y'all got 8 albums. And people feel upset and hurt. And when I see this now, she feels hurt too. There are some things that Rihanna is emotionally unfulfilled about, and some things she had to let go that she built up. She came into this game as a teenager, as an underage minor from a Caribbean island. You really have to understand what that means when you go and research who Rihanna was living with, how she got discovered, who discovered her, what are their ties to the music industry, what is their ethnicity and their culture when it comes to, sex trafficking, child trafficking. You know what I'm saying? The grooming and development of a child into a sex symbol. You gotta understand, I also get the fact that Rihanna don't want her child in this industry like that, but understanding that she has influence. She's learned to be Robin and Rihanna, but that comes with some things that she had to leave behind. She had people she looked up to, her idols, her mentors, and it turned out that they weren't who they said they were, who they portrayed themselves to be, and the industry is not everything she thought it was going to be as a kid. And she had to build up an emotional monument and let some shit go, because now she's literally focused on her 10 of Pentacles. She's focused on her family. Life means so much different to her now. And if you want that album, if you want one album, you're going to have to pay her for the price of 3, because she knows when it break down, I'm only going to get one for R9, and I'm going to do a double album plus probably a tour and some promo, and then this greatest hits. And y'all going to leave me alone, because Rihanna is that bitch. She is the queen of diamonds. She don't need y'all for nothing anymore. And she's focused on her emotional foundation, her fulfillment. And she knows people gonna keep getting at her and fighting with her about when you gonna put out your album, when you gonna put out R9. And it's like, when she feels emotionally fulfilled. When she feels like you guys, and you guys meaning the business world, appreciates it. But again, we got the Ace of Swords in reverse. Lack of communication, no new ideas. You know what I'm saying? Stagnation, being so in your head. She is in her head about this because she's focused on her Nine of Cups. And she was not happy with the planning process of R9. And so she held it up. She said, I'm going to sit here and hold on to this album until I feel like it, because some shit is done. Y'all want to pay her for it? Go ahead and pay her for it, because she worked hard on it. So you got to pay her.